So in this video, we are going to learn how to automatically generate images and text with OpenAI. So this is an amazing automation using which we are going to use artificial intelligence to generate some text content and also some images. So in this automation, we are taking Google Sheet as a trigger application, and in a new row in our Google Sheet, we are adding some new topics, some new text content for which we want to generate the text and images using OpenAI. And after doing this, in the action event, we are actually using OpenAI to generate some text content and as well as the images for the same topic which we have entered in Google Sheet. And at last, after generating it, we are adding the same content and image URL into the same Google Sheet in the third step. Now guys, how you can set up this automation? To know this, you have to come with me to my screen.
So as you can see, here we are on Pabbly Connect's dashboard. Now to reach this dashboard, you will get a free sign-up link of Pabbly Connect in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can create your free Pabbly Connect account in just 2 minutes. And after reaching to this dashboard, just click on Create Workflow and give this workflow a name. For example, I would like to name my workflow as Google Sheets to OpenAI. And then just click on Create. Now you can see that a workflow is open over here. And in this workflow, we have 2 different windows. First one is the trigger window and second one is the action window. So triggers and actions are basically those 2 concepts, those 2 principles on which this whole automation works on, where the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. So let's begin with the trigger window. So the idea here is, in a Google Sheet, we are adding the date and the topic on which we want to generate the content and image. So first, we have to connect this Google Sheet with Pabbly Connect and get the details or the data of topics which we are adding in our Google Sheet in our Pabbly Connect workflow. Then after that, using Pabbly Connect, we are going to send these details to OpenAI so that we can generate the content and the image for the same topic which we have entered in our Google Sheet. And then after that, after getting the image and the content, we are going to update the same in this Google Sheet in front of this same topic in the same row. So let's begin. Now here guys, in trigger window in Choose App, to get the data, first search for Google Sheets. Select Google Sheets. And then in trigger event from the drop down, select New or Updated Spreadsheet row. After selecting a trigger event, Pabbly Connect gave us a webhook URL. Now using this webhook URL, we are going to connect our Google Sheet with Pabbly Connect. And how you can do that? You just have to follow the help text given below over here. Just copy this webhook URL from here and then go to the Google Sheet where you are adding the topics. And after reaching to this Google Sheet, just go to Extensions, Add-ons and click on Get Add-ons. After clicking on Get Add-ons, we will reach to Google Workspace Marketplace. And here in Search app, we have to search for Pabbly Connect Webhooks. Pabbly, Pabbly Connect Webhooks. And as you can see, Pabbly Connect Webhooks, this add-on is already installed in my Google Sheets. You just have to install this same add-on into your own Google Sheet account, and after installing it, just refresh your Google Sheet once. This is very important step. And after refreshing it, here you will see that once again we will go to Extension, and now Pabbly Connect Webhooks, this add-on can be seen over here. Just hover on it and click on Initial Setup. Now after clicking on Initial Setup, here we can see that this box appears in front of us. And it is basically asking us 3 things. First one is selected sheet, second one is the webhook URL, and third one is the trigger column. So guys, here in selected sheet, it is most likely possible that in your Google spreadsheet, you have multiple sheets. So from which sheet, on adding the data in which sheet, we want to send the data to Pabbly Connect. So here in this spreadsheet right now, I have only one sheet named as Sheet 1. That is why here it has selected Sheet 1. Then after this, the next thing it asks us is the webhook URL. And here in webhook URL, we have to paste the same webhook URL which we have copied from Pabbly Connect. Just copy it from here and paste it over here. And at last, it is asking us for the trigger column. Now guys, here you must be thinking, what is this trigger column? So trigger column is the last data entry column of our Google Sheet in which we are adding the data. So suppose in background, let's take an example of this sheet. The column B is the last data entry column in which I'm adding some data. After this, I want that whenever in column B I enter some data, some topic, then immediately the data of that complete row should be sent to Pabbly Connect. So column B will be my trigger column. Because of the column B, in column C and column D, I'm going to update the content and the image after running this automation. So I want to get the data whenever I add some topic, some content in column B. So that's why we have selected it. And then just click on this send test button. Now when we click on send test, here it is showing us test data sent successfully. Means the data of the very first row after the headers is now sent to Pabbly Connect. Let's check it. We will go to Pabbly Connect, and yes guys, here you can see that we have received some response. And in this response, we can see the details of the same row till our trigger column. So we have our trigger column as column B. After that, we have the name of the spreadsheet. Then here you can see the date which we have entered and also the topic. So basically the data till column B is being sent to Pabbly Connect. Now after this, just click on the submit button, close this window, go to extensions, Pabbly Connect webhooks, and this time we have to select this send on event option. When we select send on event, we are telling this Google Sheet, we are telling this add-on that whenever the data in a new row is added till our trigger column, immediately send that data on that particular event to Pabbly Connect. And then this automation will be triggered. So the step 1 of setting up this automation is completed. Now let's move to step 2. And in step 2, we have to generate some content and images using this topic which we have entered in our Google Sheet. For that, just scroll down, come to our action window, and here in choose app, search for OpenAI. So we are going to use OpenAI to generate the content and the image. So let's start with generating some content. So after selecting OpenAI in application, in action event from the drop down, select generate content. Click on connect and select add new connection. Now here guys, we have to connect our OpenAI account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, we have to enter the API key of our OpenAI account. Now you must be thinking how you can get this API key. Now to get it, just go to your OpenAI account, log into it. On the right side, click on this profile option and click on view API key. After clicking on view API key, here you can see the existing keys, and to generate a new key, just click on this create new secret key button, and then here you can see that a new API key is being generated. Just copy this key from here, go to Pabbly Connect and paste it over here, and then just click on save. And now we will see that our OpenAI account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, the first thing it asks us is to select the AI model, that using which AI model we want to generate the content. And in the drop-down below, we can see a list of all the different models we have in OpenAI. So you can basically use any model according to your choice to generate the content. I'm going to use this Text DaVinci model, which is the most used one. After selecting AI model, the next thing it asks us is the prompt. That what is the thing which we want OpenAI to do for us? We want to generate a blog, a content, an article, or what do we want OpenAI to do for us? So let's enter a prompt as write an article on, and then after this, we are going to mention the topic which we have received from Google Sheet. So in Google Sheet, we have entered the topic for which we want to generate the article or content or blog, whatever it is. So here we have entered the prompt, and then from this response of topic, we are going to map this response of topic from Google Sheet over here. So guys, the process of mapping is also very simple. Simply click on this field, and in the drop down below, you can see a list of all the responses which we have received from Google Sheet. And out of all of these responses, select the response of topic and map it over here. So this complete prompt says write an article on solar system. So this is what prompt we are giving to OpenAI. Then it is asking us max tokens. So what is the maximum amount of tokens we want OpenAI to use while generating this content? We have to enter it over here. The max limit is 2048 tokens and the default is 256. So I'm going with the default value. I may enter 256 or keep it blank as well. Then it is asking us select sampling type. So in the drop down, we have two different types of sampling. First one is temperature sampling and second one is the nucleus sampling. So we have a dedicated video on how OpenAI works and what are these things. So you may refer to that video to know what are these sampling types, what are the sampling values, presence, penalty, frequency, and all of those things. Right now in this video, I'm just ignoring all of these fields and I am using the default value for sampling value, presence penalty, frequency penalty, and stop sequence. And at last, it is asking us best of. So in the drop down below, here you have to select a number. So using this automation, guys, every time this automation executes, how many blogs or how many contents we want to generate. So here we have selected best of one, so it will be generating only one content. But if we select best of fives, so OpenAI is going to generate the 5 contents for the same prompt which we have given, and it will give us the best one among the response. But it will also consume 5 times more tokens over here. So we have entered max token. So it will be using 5 times this token to generate 5 blogs or 5 articles or 5 prompts, and then it will give us the best one which suits us. So right now I'm just using one. After this, just click on this save and send test request button. And after clicking on save and send test request, here you can see that we have received some response. And in this response, we have a response named as choices text. And here you can see an article which OpenAI has written, OpenAI has generated for us for the prompt we have given. This article says there are many different types of solar systems. The most common type is a photovoltaic system, which uses solar panel to convert sunlight into electricity. So here, guys, you can see that it has written a prompt, a blog or an article for the prompt which we have given, and that too in the word limit which we have given. So we have successfully generated the content, guys. Now we have to generate the image for the same. Now guys, for this, we just have to scroll down, click on this add action step button once again, and here in choose app, once again search for OpenAI. Select it. And then in action event this time from the drop down, we have to select generate image as the action event. Click on connect. And because we have connected our OpenAI account in the previous step, that's why we don't have to make another connection. You can select the existing connection and click on save. So here, after making this connection, the next thing it asks us is the prompt, that what prompt we want to give to generate the image. So here I'm going to give the prompt as create an image of, and then I will just mention the topic of my blog or article, whatever it is. So from the Google Sheet responses, select and map the response of topic over here and map it. After this, the next thing it asks us is number of images to be generated. So how many images you want to generate using this action event of generate image. So the default value is 1. If you want to generate more than 1 images, you just have to enter the number over here. Right now the default value is 1, so I'm just ignoring it. And at last, it is asking us for the size. So in the drop down below, we can see three different sizes of images. So I'm going to select this size, that in this size, in this dimension, I want the image to be. And then just click on this save and send test request button. And after clicking on save and send test request, here you can see that we have received some response. And in this response, we can see that the image which OpenAI has generated, we have the link of that image. Just copy this link from here, go to a new tab and paste it over here. And yes, guys, here you can see that using OpenAI for this prompt, we have generated an image. Now, after generating this image and the content, we just have to move to a final step where we have to update this content which we have generated using OpenAI and this image into a Google Sheet in the row in front of the topic. Now to do so, here in our workflow, just scroll down, click on this add action step button, and then here in choose app, once again, we have to search for Google Sheets. So select Google Sheets, select it. And then in the action event from the drop down, select the action event as update row. So update row is the action event, just select it, click on connect and select add new connection. Now here, guys, we have to connect our Google Sheets account with Pabbly Connect once again. So this time to make this connection, just click on this sign in with Google option, select your Google Sheets account, scroll down and click on continue. And as we click on continue, we can see that our Google Sheets account will get connected with Pabbly Connect over here once again. After making this connection, the first thing it asks us is to select the spreadsheet. So in the drop down below, you can see a list of all the spreadsheets which we have in our Google Sheets account. And out of all of these spreadsheets, we have to select the spreadsheet in which we want to update this data. So this is the sheet named as content sheet, from where we have received the data or the topic, and in the same sheet, we want to update the content and the image URL. So here, guys, we are going to select the same sheet from this drop down. After selecting the spreadsheet, the next thing it asks us is to select the sheet. So as we all know, in this spreadsheet, we have only one sheet as sheet 1. So just select it. Then it is asking us for the row index, that what is the row index, what is the row number in which we want to update the data. So in our trigger response from Google Sheet, we have received the row index of the topic. So for this same topic, we have generated the content and image, and in the same row of the same topic, we want to update the content and image URL as well. So in this response, from this response, just select this response of row index, and we have to map that same response of row index over here. Just click on this field, and from the drop down below from Google Sheet responses, select and map the response of row index. Then after this, here it is asking us date, topic, content, and image URL. So here in date section, from the drop down from Google Sheet responses, map the response of date, the same date. Then here in topic, map the response of the same topic as well. Then after this, here it is asking us for the content. So here in content section, guys, we have to basically map the content which OpenAI has generated. So from the drop down from OpenAI responses, select and map the response of content. And at last, from OpenAI responses which we have received after generate image action step, select and map the image URL. Now guys, here in these two fields, in these two columns, we already have the data. So instead of this, if you just don't want to add it, you can actually keep this field as blank. And if you keep this field blank, to skip the existing cell value without any changes. This is what it is written. So whatever data we will be having in the first two columns, it will be as it is. We are just going to update the data in other two columns. So after mapping this data, just click on Save and Send Test Request. Now when we click on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see that we have received some response. And this response seems to be a positive response to us. This response shows that the data which we have mapped over here is now updated in our Google Sheet in the same row in front of the topic. So let's check it. We will go to our Google Sheet. And yes guys, here you can see that we have the same data. So let me just change the formatting over it. And here you will see that we have the date, topic which we have entered. Then we have the content of the same topic. And also we have the same image URL. Now guys, we can see that the automation workflow which we have created in this video is working perfectly fine. Now what we have to do to generate some content and image using OpenAI in our Google Sheet, we just have to enter the topic over here. So for the same date, let me enter a new topic and we are going to test this automation once in real time. So I want my topic to be Planet Jupiter. So here guys, we are just going to enter this topic Planet Jupiter. And as we enter this topic guys, we will see within few seconds automatically using this automation, a content will be generated and it will be updated in this cell. As you can see just now it has been updated. And also we have the image URL. So here you can see that using artificial intelligence, as we enter this topic, automatically a content is generated. And also we have a new image. Let's open this image in a new tab. And here we can see the image for the same topic is now generated using artificial intelligence. So here using OpenAI, we have an image of a Jupiter, as you can see over here. So in this way guys, we have tested this automation in real time and this automation is working perfectly fine. Now every time we just have to enter the topic in the Google Sheet and contact and images will be generated. So not just these applications guys, you can connect plenty of other applications using Pabbly Connect. And guys, one more important thing. You will find the clone link of the same workflow in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can clone the same workflow into your own Pabbly Connect account and use this workflow for free. Also, let me tell you, Pabbly Connect offers you a free plan. And in this plan, you will get some free tasks every month into your own Pabbly Connect account. So if you want to try and test this automation, you can do it for absolutely free.
If you have any kind of doubts or queries, you can post them on forum.pabbly.com. So if this video was helpful to you, you can obviously like this video, comment down your suggestion, and don't forget to share it with others. So guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you. Have a great day.